fast melt caramel. So what it's going to do best is it's going to reduce your sugar cravings or any other cravings you have in your body. It's going to suppress that appetite. But where Melissa got the most benefit, I think, over the last week was the L-carnitine. The L-carnitine tells your mitochondria, this is where you make, we've talked about it before, this is where you produce energy in your cells. It actually tells those mitochondria to burn fat for fuel. We're noticing other people losing up to 7 pounds in the first week. 4 pounds has been about the average. As you lose weight and as you take these Bella Melts, it's going to help lower that blood sugar in your body as well.
All the information is there. MelissaHouseBG.com, MelissaHouseBG.com. Just now introducing for the first time Bella Melt with GLP-1 fast action.
Où est ton papa? Dis-moi où est ton papa? Sans même devoir lui parler, il sait ce qui ne va pas. Ah sacré papa, dis-moi où es-tu caché? Ça doit faire au moins 1000 fois que j'ai compté mes doigts. Hey. Où est ton papa? Dis-moi où est ton papa? Sans même devoir lui parler, il sait ce qui ne va pas.
On this gorgeous Monday here in Cincinnati. I don't know about your area, but it is sunny, it is warm, it is gorgeous, and I'm excited. I know summer's not here yet, but I'm feeling it. So I'm feeling better by just feeling summer coming. We are live on worldviewtube.com, WorldViewTube X and Rumble channel. Also on WorldViewTube app, which is available for free on your app store. All you need to do is look for it, WorldViewTube, one word, install it, turn on your notification, and you are set for all programming on WorldViewTube, including special coverages and breaking news with you here. We're also live on X America News X account, live on my channels on Facebook, X, Rumble, YouTube, and Substack. Join the conversation as you wish. Make sure to share the feed wherever you're watching it and hit that thumbs up or heart icon to put us on the algorithm. A lot to talk about. And I'm sure we're going to try to get to as much of it as we can. But I want to remind everybody, since I was off for 2 days or so, remember the book is out. The Architecture of Jihad is out. It's been out for a week. It has been amazing. The feedback, the result, it wasn't the goal. It still isn't the goal. It wasn't even expected, but to hold the position of number one, a new release across Amazon on 2 different categories for a whole week has been definitely amazing. It is very encouraging to know that so many are willing to learn. So you can grab your copy off Amazon. If you're in United States of America and would like to grab a signed copy, you can get those on my website, liveuptofreedom.com. That's liveuptofreedom.com. The Architecture of Jihad. I am working on the audiobook. I have had plenty of people reach out and say audiobook, and I figured I think it's more decent if I actually do it myself. Sit right here with this microphone, this computer here, and record it. But you need to understand, one, time allows. 2, there are times where I need to be mindful of my accent. So I need to reduce certain words and repeat them. So just bear with me. The audiobook is in the working, and I will release small clips here and there to keep you posted. That's for the audiobook. But for now, the paperback and the Kindle are available. And for those of you who asked, I think I'm going to skip the hardcover for this book, if it's okay. But I promise next book, Lord willing, if next book ever gets ready and comes out, I'll make sure to have the hard copy for that one. That's for the book and the reminder. I hope you had a great weekend. I was right before seconds. I was very late to my own show because it's a Monday, and Mondays are a little back-to-back. No, Mondays are very back-to-back. And as I was running late, and I still made it to my show, right before we rolled the intro, I was talking to Thomas, and I was letting him know that I think I'm ready to say I'm getting old. Over the weekend, I managed to catch the stomach bug, twist my left ankle, and pull every muscle involved with my right leg. So today's been fun. You know, you got the stomach orchestra going, and then you got the limping left leg while the right leg is constantly pulling. And I still made it. And I appreciate what Thomas said. That is commitment. Yes, that is commitment. I have always said, some of you who followed me for a long time, I think you remember when I did a live stream day after a hand surgery and a live stream 2 days after underarm surgery. So a pulled muscle and a twisted ankle and a stomach bug is not going to stop me from doing what I need to do, especially on a Monday like today. I will head to your comment section, guys, here in a minute. We're going to put segment 1 to do that. I have been thinking about this and praying about this, and I think I'm ready to say this on air on my show to my audience. You have been all amazing. Your support, as words can't even show gratitude, especially my Substackers. Those of you who are paid subscribers on my Substack, you may not know, but your subscription is helping me dramatically financially to continue doing what I do. I'm not going to even go to explaining it, but I want to encourage everybody who have not signed up as paid subscribers, if you can afford it, please consider becoming a paid subscribers, especially if you get a 1-year membership. It is $80 for a whole year, which is basically you pay 10 months and get 2 months for free. And lots of projects are coming behind paywall, including my first, what I call booklet or pamphlet, which is a child of the architecture of jihad. A child of it in 30 pages is coming digital copy to free for all paid subscribers, of course, not free to non-subscribers. Another thing I want to say is a few years ago we did this and it was wonderful, and I want to resume that. If you can afford and you're interested in becoming what is known as angel investor in Live Up to Freedom, don't hesitate. Reach out to me and become an angel investor. Just go to liveuptofreedom.com, send an email, or just send a direct email to liveuptofreedom@gmail.com. And I will tell you why I'm putting all of these plugs out. Few reasons. Number one, there are many things. I don't have a job. I have many jobs, actually. I have too many jobs. And I'm at a crossroad. I'm going to be very blunt, as I have always been transparent with all of you. I'm at a point where something's got to give. I either have to cut the show, cut the writing, cut the Substack, cut the reporting, or cut 1 or 2 of the projects that are my jobs. So with the next week or 2, we'll evaluate, see if there's a way to cut the projects, which is somebody else's production, somebody else's show, for me to keep at doing what I do. If not, that's completely fine. I've been through when I actually took off air and writing for a whole year. If need to be, we'll do that again as well. But I figured I should share this crossroad with you. Where we go next depends on how much you can support me financially. And of course, there are the affiliates such as Norbex. CyrusWellness.com is the URL. Nothing fancy, nothing extra. Everything you use every day is in that website. And if you make a purchase that way, you also support me financially. And more than ever, it is needed. And again, I don't like to over-explain, but then I know those who are standing by to question this. When you spend so much time writing a book and self-publishing it, those hours you put into it, you're not working, therefore you don't have a steady income. And then during publication, you're going out of pocket to publish it. Publication, believe it or not, does have a cost. It's not millions, it's not hundreds of thousands, but it's a cost. So because of that, I'm not complaining. I'm very happy. I did dedicate the time and the energy for the book to be out, but it did push me back financially, where I have not been able to recover from yet. Hi, Lori. Great to see you. I don't know how's it going with weather in Canada, because Canada is so weird, but I hope you're getting some warm, at least some sun over there to help you with your days. Yay, Annalise! I'm so happy you got your book. I do remember it was going to get there a day before or after your birthday. So I'm glad it did arrive. Hey, Bossman, good to see you. Oh, thank you. Bossman Martin says on Substack, I know Annie Cyrus is worth her weight in gold. America, agree? Then support her if you believe my statement. I appreciate that plug very much. Thank you, Christine. Yes, the demand was higher than I could ignore. And that's another thing, I need to sit and put the time into, which is kind of fun. I'll be honest with you. It is fun because I don't know how other people do their audiobook, but I decided that I'm not going to read the book to you. I'm going to talk to you. It is still the book. It is the content. It is the information, but I'm going to turn it into, me. So it's kind of fun to do it. Now I do have another idea. I don't know if it's going to be a good idea or not. I'll share it with you. You let me know. But I was thinking I could turn the process of doing the audiobook into paid subscribers on Substack. So as I read you the book and we do kind of the studying of the book, expanding it, I can then use the audio recording of it for the audiobook. But we'll see how that goes. Annalise says, I wanted to get a copy of the book to Texas Governor Greg Abbott, since I pretty much blame him for Texas being conquered by Islam. The buck stops at the top. But when I Googled how to go about it, it will take a miracle of God, gatekeepers greeted. I made a list of those I wanted to send the book to, and honestly, I ended up reaching out to people who might directly have connections to them, because just sending a book to a random address of their offices, it's such a hit and miss. I decided not to do it that way either. Thank you, everyone, for the well wishes. Oh, I'm good. It hurts when I walk, but if I don't walk and if my leg's up, it's all good. It's not too bad. Thank you, Lori, for the prayers. I appreciate them. Thanks, Dawn, for the prayers. Annalise says, we cannot lose your voice. I know. So I was just praying about you and several others, that there are specific voices we cannot lose. They're rare truth tellers. I appreciate that. Well, you won't lose my voice, Lord willing, but it's I might have to lower my voice for a while. But we'll see. We still have a week or two. If you remember last year around October, we had this need, and a lot of you stepped up, subscribed as paid subscribers, and we were able to get through that narrow path that I needed to get through. So this time, hopefully, we'll see some more support and go from there. Hi, Sherry. Great to see you. Thanks, Martin, for the prayers. I'm trying to make sure to be fair, because I normally look at Substack. It's easier to read. Hey, Pookie, I am so glad you messaged. Pookie, I sent you an email. This is ridiculous. I'm talking to you too much. I sent you an email. Please check your email. The second signed copy of the book you placed order for, it had the address, but it didn't have the street number, so I couldn't ship that out. Yours should already be there, but the second one, who I think was for a friend or family, I could not ship it. It's ready boxed. I just need you to write back to my email and give me that address, the street number, or the full address again, or something, and then it's ready to go. I'm so glad to see you there, but I did email you. Hi, Rhonda. Great to see you. Fred, appreciate that. And Tennessee Girl, I was looking for you. That's all right. Listen, you're a few minutes late. I barely made it to my show. I for a second, I thought I might need to ask for extra ads running at the beginning of my show so I could make it to this room. And that's the funny thing, I do my broadcast here, the table behind me. Maybe one day I'll do a video here, but behind me, what I'm looking this way is the printing department, where there's a laptop, there's a label printing and a couple of books. And then that way is where the books are and the packaging products, and behind the camera is the printer. So this is kind of packed. So when I do work, meaning when I do writing or when I do production of other shows, it's literally in my living room, which I love, by the way. My couch is wonderful. My table is one of those tables that I can lift up. Huge window that I can see outside and enjoy the weather. But just this quickest steps from living room to here, I was running late, which was funny. Good to see you, Perry Ford, on YouTube. And Lori, great to see you on YouTube as well as Substack. Guys, let's go take our first ad break. We did the call to action. I told you about my weekend. We chatted a little bit. Let's go take our first ad break. And then when we come back, after the ad, we're going to play about 7 minutes of Crown Prince Pahlavi's speech he gave during CPAC. Then I will come back and talk to you. I want you to pay, don't leave. I mean, if you need to leave for the ad break, that's fine. But listen to those 7 minutes. If you missed his speech during CPAC, I ask you to listen to his word by word, because I think he did such an amazing job. 27 minutes the whole time, the whole duration. But that 7 minutes was just golden. So let's do that. We're going to take an ad break. We're going to listen to Crown Prince Pahlavi's speech, and then I'll come back.
Life is too short to spend a single moment spinning in laundry worries. Take a load off your mind with the all-new Norwex Powerzyme laundry detergent. This natural detergent harnesses the power of enzymes and plant-based surfactants to leave fabrics fresh and clean without fillers, brighteners, synthetic fragrances, bleach, or harsh chemicals. So go ahead, have your cake and eat it too. More than ever, stressful stains have met their match. Powerzyme's fast-acting enzymes break down organic substances while natural surfactants loosen locked-in dirt and oil, removing residue, stains, and odors with ease. With 91% bio-based ingredients, this dermatologist-tested hypoallergenic formula is suitable for sensitive skin types and delivers a safe and effective clean that won't harm you or the planet's waterways. Less time spent worrying about laundry means you can focus on what truly matters. Norwex Powerzyme Laundry Detergent. Discover the power of nature and load up on confidence.
Today, in the memory of my fallen compatriots, the heroes of my country who have fought, bled, and died, not only for their own freedom and for the liberation of Iran from the clutches of an evil, depraved regime that has held us hostage for 47 years, but for the freedom, peace, and security of the world. When I speak of these heroes as they come off the streets from protests or as they prepare for the final battle, they often ask me, tell the world we are not just fighting for ourselves, we are fighting for them too. So it is in that spirit and in their honor that I ask you to close your eyes for a moment and imagine a free Iran. No more nuclear threats, no more terrorism, no more hostage-taking, no more closing of the Strait of Hormuz, no more blackmailing of the global community. Imagine an Iran that instead of exporting terrorism is promoting freedom. Freedom to its people, stability to its neighbors, national security and economic opportunity for the United States and the free world. Can you imagine Iran going from death to America to God bless America? Well, I too can, because I have seen the true soul of my people. Let's remember, on 9/11, one of America's darkest hours, when your enemies, and even some who claim to be your friends, celebrated those horrific attacks, the Iranian people did something the world wasn't supposed to see. They risked their lives to hold candlelight vigils in the heart of Tehran. They didn't do it for a camera. They did it for a friend in pain. That is the true face of Iran. Unlike the regime that worships death and destruction, the Iranian people celebrate life and liberty. That's why I can imagine an Iran that exports engineers instead of extremists, startups instead of suicide bombers, energy instead of hatred. I can imagine a Middle East where Iran is no longer a source of chaos, but an anchor of stability. An Iran that does not fear its people, doesn't threaten its neighbors, doesn't isolate itself from the world. Imagining this is not difficult, because this is exactly what Iran once was and what it can be again. When Iran is free, the Middle East changes. When Iran is free, America regains a great friend. A free Iran represents the single largest untapped economic opportunity of the 21st century. A nation of 93 million people, highly educated, entrepreneurial, and pro-West, finally unleashed. Over the next decade alone, a strategic US-Iran partnership could generate more than $1 trillion for the American economy. Imagine a new Middle East where Iran is a friend of Israel, where Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much. Where the Abraham Accords are extended into the Cyrus Accord. Named for Cyrus the Great, the Iranian king who issued the first Charter of Human Rights and whose vision of religious tolerance inspired Thomas Jefferson.
I don't know about you. I think he nailed that speech. And again, this was just the opening. He went on for another 20 minutes, making even better points. And I should insert this. CPAC got really lucky. Like, I think Iranians kind of sort of just, it was all Iranians there, right? So good for CPAC. You would have looked really terrible if you didn't make this move. A smart move. Very good marketing move there. But you would listen to this. I don't know. I will say my bias might be projecting here, but you listen to this and you would think someone, anyone, somebody from the administration should be in touch with this guy. Just be in touch with the guy. I mean, the effort to negotiate and renegotiate and negotiate and renegotiate and negotiate and renegotiate with the regime of Iran Somebody should be in touch with this guy. Or out of 144 Congress members who are endorsing Mariam Rajavi and going, meeting, shaking hands, one person could be in touch with Crown Prince Pahlavi, who everything he said, it's factual. I wrote a Substack, I don't know when, a little while ago, that you don't need to imagine a great Iran because it existed. And he literally just said pretty much the same things I said on that Substack. So he's not making promises. He's not even mentioning himself. How about that? Because, in America, we're so used to hearing anybody who gets on the stage, I did this and I'm this and I'm that and I did, it's all me, da 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 da. He didn't even bring himself up, but everything he said is very factual, very doable, very tangible. And you would think, or I want you to think, just think, why is he being ignored, pushed away, and undermined? Think about that. And of course, I wanted to play because I think everybody should hear his words. And I also want to add extra note. This is exactly why majority of Iranians are voting for him, including myself. For anyone out there who keeps repeating the same stupid narrative of his father, no, look at him. He starts his speech by apologizing for his voice because he's battling flu. But you can also see, you can hear in his voice the burden he's carrying. And instead of standing there promoting himself, plugging himself, whatevering himself, he's giving factual points. And yes, I am so happy he said what he said. Iranian people aren't just fighting for themselves. For all the lovely crazies out there, so worried about why am I so busy reporting what's happening in Iran instead of reporting what's happening in America. Stop being so dumb. What happens over there affects us right here directly. So, hi. And by the way, there are plenty of talking heads out there who are covering everything you want to hear over and over and over and over and over. Go away, by the way. Thank you. I appreciate your comment about the appreciation of my reporting during the war, and I think it's a good idea. I wasn't planning to release my book during war. It just happened to be. I couldn't postpone the publication, so it happened to come out during war. But for next one, hopefully it will be between wars, or there will be no war or something. I don't know, but I did see that comment, and I think it was interesting. So yeah, there you have it. Only the opening of his speech. It is available on YouTube if you want to watch the entire 27 minutes. Again, so many points I can make. I can take the rest of my show to talk about this 7-8 minutes of his speech. But I hope that at least some of you are thinking. Some of you are thinking. His manners, his sentencing. The only time he said I was, he said, I will start my speech today. That's it. That's it. He's not after power. Thank you, Mr. AFX on Rumble. Appreciate you. Yes, Windog. They are not listening to him because it doesn't fit their narrative. And not just it doesn't fit their narrative. I was trying not to give the reason, but also because he goes against the narrative. Against the narrative. Pookie, I will do that on our next ad break. I'll check my email in our ad break and I'll let you know. I'm so glad that I'm just scanning through comments. I'm so glad you guys are with me on that speech because it was crazy good. Pookie says, question. My cue is, do the people even, my cue being my question is, do the people even know at CPAC really know what's going on? They cheer, but for what? I'm very suspicious, not of Shah, but the people in the audience. Pookie, they did. That's what I don't know if you put that comment before I mentioned or not, but it literally 85% Iranian Americans in that crowd. If you go watch the full speech, every time camera goes on the crowd, you'll see them. Their hat, their T-shirts, their flags, their signs. Those you heard of cheering, majority, 85% of that room were Iranian Americans. That was the thing. I thought about going, but then I figured I shouldn't, and I didn't. But no, they did understand. I mean, some may not. I mean, you had a clip from one of the, I don't even want to name names. Can't even say Pahlavi does that. We're at CPAC. This is the station for this. This is the station. Everybody here are like Persians screaming la 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 Pahlavi, la 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 Pahlavi, which, by the way, as you heard, they also had King Reza Pahlavi. So there's no la 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 King Reza Pahlavi. But yeah, there were some ignorant people there, mainly from media. But the room itself was mainly Iranians, Iranian Americans, and those who were not. They were cheering along. I guess when you have 85% of the room go, you go with them. So no, the room, I understand you would be suspicious, but based on the information in that room and that's another thing. Do we really want to risk? I wasn't going to go there, but you got the whole No King rally people can't even pull enough to beat the number of Iranian Americans we witness on the streets every weekend across America. I'm like, come on, be like us, show up. So yes, okay, let's go do this. I almost want to listen to that speech again. Way too emotional here. Let's go take our next ad break so I can check my email with Pookie as well. And then when we come back, we'll put some stamp or double down on what he just said. Be right back, guys. Well, hello everybody, it's Annie Cyrus. Welcome to my art studio where all the magic happens. This is the station for painting, and that is the station for all the resin art I do. If you want to check out my art, all you gotta do is go to lutfstudio.com. Finish this painting, but I'm sure, or at least I hope, I'll see you at lutfstudio.com. With me until now, I greatly appreciate you guys being here, sharing the feed, and sharing your thoughts on the comment section. Pookie confirming, got the address, good to go. I'll have this out of here first thing in the morning tomorrow. Mainly because by the time I finish my show, I have another show and then post office is closed. But first thing in the morning, it's out. Appreciate it. And Mr. AFX, thank you for appreciating my honesty, and I appreciate your willingness to hear it. Some people prefer to not hear it. Okay, so let's talk about this. I'm trying to go there without going there. Bear with me. Let's talk about Ali Reza Jafari. Who is he? 11-year-old boy. 11-year-old Iranian boy. Who is confirmed now that he was killed in an Israeli airstrike in Iran. Thomas, if you can we put up his picture just to give an image to the name? There he is. Handsome little boy. He was 11 years old, and he was killed in an Israeli airstrike. That's the narrative. That is the surface of the news, and that's very accurate. I can confirm that. But let's dig deeper. His father, who's also dead, was an IRGC Basiji soldier assigned to checkpoints. One night, he comes home. He tells his wife that I'm taking both our sons, a 9-year-old and an 11-year-old. Ali Reza, 11-year-old. I'm taking him to the checkpoint. The mother has testified to a local inside Iran newspaper that when asked why, two reasons were given by the father. One, we're short-handed. We're short-handed. And he needs to learn for upcoming days. Him and his 9-year-old brother were put in tiny uniforms, handed guns, standing at checkpoint. One of the checkpoints that was hit on a by an Israeli strike was where Ali Reza and his 9-year-old and his father were standing. Now, you do you, boo, or run out there crying Israel's killing kids. You do that. You do that. Well, here's the truth of the matter. IRGC, when I came on Brandon's show, very briefly on his radio for like literally a minute and a half, and then that night on his Brandon House Live, to confirm the news that Brandon said IRGC has declared 12-year-old drafting, which was shocking to some of his audience because apparently I was too chill when I confirmed the news. I have said this is not the first time. They did it during Iran-Iraq war. They've done this. They do this. They do this. They use kids. Child soldiers exist. Not just here, not just there. Wherever you see the Islamic regimes trying to hold on to power, they do this. They are going to win the narrative by plastering this handsome fellow's face all over, blaming Israel for killing kids. So I'm going to tell you today what happened. And also on Brandon's show, I said, no, I'm sorry, that was on Paul Harrell's show on Friday. Sorry, I'm doing too many interviews. When he asked if the leaders, if the involved Islamists in Iran are that dedicated and they believe, I literally said, yes, they're doing it to their own kids. I also said it on Brandon's show. There you go. The father took both his sons, a 9-year-old and an 11-year-old. The 11-year-old was killed, 9-year-old not. And these two kids aren't the only one. They were not the only one. They're not going to be the only one. This is the regime we're dealing with. So when Crown Prince Pahlavi stands on that stage and says the evil regime that is holding Iranians hostages for over 47 years, this is hostage situation. When I said they're not asking, they're dragging kids out of homes, theirs or others, to these checkpoints to train them for when we do put boots on the ground. There you go. They are. They will. They will continue. They will continue. And this is tragic. And this is literally, absolutely, the evidence is on the table, and based on international law, when you use kids under age of 16 for war or battlefield, it is considered a war crime. So, International Criminal Court, where you at? Where you at? Where are all the activists? How long are you going to wait? Oh, wait, you're not going to wait. You're not going to even bother. You're not going to even look at it. You're going to go with the narrative. Israel's killing kids in Iran. Right? Somebody said something. Somebody tagged me on Facebook. I went in there. They had a bunch of numbers of, since day one, Israel has attacked 600 schools and 400 hospitals in Iran. Iran has attacked non-hospital schools. My response was, first of all, your numbers are very wrong. Secondly, if Iran is claiming to not attack hospitals and the schools in Israel, maybe, just maybe, because IDF soldiers aren't cowards. They don't go hide inside hospitals and schools. In Iran, they do. I personally have released videos of IRGC in the back hallways of hospitals doing meetings. I published a video myself showing IRGC soldiers inside the schools. I mean, leave your head how far up where it is, that's fine, but don't even try. Don't do it with me. You have no idea how much of a ticking bomb I am. figure of speech, being Middle Eastern. I should have stayed away from those phrases. Don't try that around my platforms. Don't. I put a reminder on my Facebook last night reminding you I was born and raised in Islamic Republic of Iran. And I know way more about Iran, not just the Islamic side. I know way more about Iran than the combination of the left, the cult members of MAGA, and all the babas out there. You all together can't come close to my knowledge. That's not bragging, that's fact. So when you come and try to say my information, da-da-da-da-da-da, as I said again on my post, I'm just grading your stupidity at this point. But again, don't let your hatred for Israel, for Jews, and for Bibi ever allow you to look into facts. Now, things get even more interesting. Can we put up accent kicked in? That's the thing. When I say when you hear the accent kicking, that's where I'm losing it. Sign. Can we put up President Trump Truth Social post from this morning? Thank you. So this was 7:26 a.m. this morning. The United States of America is in serious discussions with a new and more reasonable regime to end our military operation in Iran. Great progress has been made, but if for any reason a deal is not shortly reached, which it probably will be, and if the Hormuz Strait of Hormuz is not immediately open for business, we will conclude our lovely stay in Iran by blowing up and completely obliterating all of their electric generating plants, yada, yada, yada. I'm a tough guy. I'll talk tough on this, on that. The Iran has butchered and killed over the old regime's 47-year reign of terror. It's over. Okay. Most of the blah, blah, I don't even care. Like, seriously. But serious discussion with a new and more reasonable regime? President Trump, I understand you're the king of it all. But let me tell you something. I don't buy for a second or a split second that you did not hear Crown Prince Pahlavi's speech at CPAC. Number two, I don't believe for a second or even a split second that you have not heard about this 11-year-old child soldier of IRGC. So, for those who will follow you everywhere you go like a puppy because you're their god, whatever. For those Americans, nope, let's go further than that border. For humans out there who still have any decency left in them, if you cheer this in any shape or form after the information you were just given, you need to try to rehumanize yourself, because there is no negotiation, there is no discussion with a new, more reasonable or old, less reasonable group of idiots that have learned your language, Mr. Trump, with gifts and trophies. This does not make you tough. This does not make you great. This does not even make you a leader. This makes you a man who had desperately needs a new moral compass, because you apparently don't even see what you're doing. And yeah, for anybody out there who thinks this is just part of the 3D chess, people's life should not be gambled over somebody else's chess game. Every single day, these games are being played. I just told you. We lost Ali Reza Jafari. How many more child soldiers do you think we should lose until this game is over? And who said anyone on earth has the right to gamble other people's life? If you agree with that method, then whoa, do you need help? We got to go take our last ad break, guys. Be right back.
You woke up with a sore throat and a low-grade fever. You know you are getting sick, so here's your choices. You can get sicker and miss work. Try to see a doctor this week or sit hours in a crowded waiting room at urgent care.
I have a smarter option for you. Open your medical emergency kit. Match your symptoms to doctor-recommended prescription in your booklet and take the right meds now and get well faster.
This is not a first aid kit. It's like having an urgent care in your home. It includes doctor-prescribed medications to treat over 39 medical issues like respiratory infections, strep throat, pneumonia, UTIs, and more.
No waiting to see the doctor and no standing in line at the pharmacy. It's right here.
Every home should have at least one medical emergency kit, and here's how to order.
Go to worldviewhealthcare.com. Your kit to treat dozens of common and serious illnesses is rushed to your door. worldviewhealthcare.com. That's worldviewhealthcare.com.
The emergency kit available at worldviewhealthcare.com. Make sure you don't have to go to urgent care. I got pneumonia. I didn't have to go. I took this last year. Stayed at home. Went to bed.
Welcome back to Live Up to Freedom. Every time I see that ad, I'm like, oh, can I stay in bed? Not because I need medication, just like, can I stay in bed for one day? I hope none of you catch any flu or pneumonia or anything, but I agree with what Brandon said. You need one of those kits in your home, especially if you have a family. Kits, it will come handy exactly when you think you don't need it. So make sure to grab yours, one, two. They have different packaging as well. So, Brosky Bear. Annie, to be clear, what is your issue with how Trump is handling this? Where do I begin? Let me just keep this simple. My issue is, I get politics. I get politicians. I get wars. I actually do, because I've been pretty much predicting every step from day one. Well, I predicted from 12 Days War ceasefire. I get all of that. However, when one individual, let's talk Trump because you specifically asked me Trump handling this. When Trump thinks that he has the right to blurb out whatever he feels like without taking into consideration the consequences of his words for other people's life, that's my problem. That's where my problem starts. When he put out his original January 13th Truth Social telling Iranian people, stay on the streets, take your institutions if you can, help is on the way. One of the things I pointed out is he doesn't understand that publicizing that, it's not about the promise, it's not that Iranians are going to listen to him, none of that. Everybody missed the point. When you put that out, a regime like Iran's regime, immediately, again, record is out there, I'm not making this up, immediately Iranians have started being arrested, sentenced to death for cooperating with America. I understand in America, many people love that Trump is a bully. Trump is on social media all day long putting things out. But an individual like Trump, where he stands with the power he holds, sometimes he needs to wait and think about what he's saying. Do you remember when he showed gratitude and respect to the regime of Iran for canceling 800 execution per his request? Do you remember that? Truth Social? Words matter way more than most people, especially those in power, more specifically Trump, ever will understand. You don't go to war with a regime, call them a butcher, and then thank them publicly on Truth Social with gratitude and respect. To decent people, not cult members, not those who want to brag about non-existence power, to decent people, you come out as nothing but a manipulative liar. Because you can't even pick a side. You cannot put your ego aside when they listen to you, supposedly. You brag about it through thank you notes. But then when they don't, you come out and brag about saving Khamenei's life and be upset why he didn't thank you. This goes back to 12 Days War last year. See, the pattern is what bothers me. United States of America's president should be way more firm than this. When you keep stretching these red lines into where now we have a full red carpet for 5 Oscars back to back, then to my standard, someone who has not changed her narrative, her tone, or her stance in over a decade, you're no leader. We went from you kill anybody, we hit you. Well, they killed 80,000 plus. We did that. You execute anybody else, we hit you. Well, they executed everybody. You do this, we do that. Oh, we're about to do this. We give you 5 days pause. Oh, you gave us 10 very big boats of oil. We give you extra 10 days. That is the problem I have with how Trump is handling this. He's handling the war in Iran that belongs to Israel. He's handling it like one of his towers in New York City. That is, I had to explain all of that to come to one sentence. He is handling the war in Iran that belongs to Israel, and over 100,000 Iranians have died for it. He's handling it like one of his properties in New York. And that comes from nothing and nothing but his own arrogance. And that's what bothers me. I hope that answered your question. Hi, Nomos 9238. I am so glad you just got the book. Windox says Trump needs to check himself because his toe tapping with IRGC villains. Exactly. But the problem is he actually doesn't have the information. That's another thing. When you go into war without knowing your enemy, you think you're winning, but in reality you're not, because he doesn't have the information, because he doesn't have the right advisors to tell him what's going on. He actually thinks he has found this really secret, new, more reasonable regime for Iran that's going to listen to him. He has no idea that they all belong to the same cult known as Islam, and there's Hudna that he's not aware of. Okay, we're coming to an end of this show. I think I covered everything I needed to cover. I pray I did. I encourage you to go watch Crown Prince Pahlavi's full 27 minutes speech. I agree, Annie, and it is a sad thing. Kristen agrees with my assessment of how Trump is handling this. I'm glad you do. Yes, ma'am, the love of money, everything Trump does is a business deal. Yes, it is. So in last few minutes, we have... Sorry. In the last few minutes we have, let me just remind you that the book is out, The Architecture of Jihad. You can grab your signed copy on my website, liveuptofreedom.com. That's liveuptofreedom.com. Or you can, and the signed copies are only shipped inside the United States of America. Or if you want a Kindle copy or just a paperback that is not signed, it is available on Amazon. You get it much faster and no shipping cost. So go to Amazon, look up Architecture of Jihad, or just look up my name, which is then under the author. Grab a copy. If you already had your copies, if you read enough of the book that makes you feel comfortable to leave a review, I really need those reviews. They will boost me back up on top of search results. The more reviews we have, the better visibility we get on Amazon. Other ways, Brodsky said the only thing is, I think he does understand, all the Iranian regime understands or responds to it too is violence. You mean Trump understand that? Yes, but then he keeps using that as a bargaining chip. He is still, he literally said on his own interview today or yesterday or sometime that I don't know when, that, you know, every time we try to make a deal with them, we end up blowing him up. Well, if you know that, then go ahead. Finish the job. He doesn't understand that, but he thinks he can use that as a bargaining chip, which he cannot. CyrusWellness.com. CyrusWellness.com is where you can get Norwex product 100% tax deductible. My tongue is getting ahead of my head when it comes to my closing plugs. You can get 100% chemical-free products that I've been using myself for, well, over 9 months now. And percentage of your shopping will come to me as a commission since I am their official consultant, cyruswellness.com. Of course, there's the artist studio, lutfstudio.com, that you can pick up my handmade art pieces. Use promo code MISSION for 10% discount. And I will emphasize, if you can afford it, become a paid subscriber on my Substack. It does help dramatically. And I would love to continue doing what I do. Well, I would love to keep the quantity of what I do as is. If not, I will understand. liveuptofreedom.substack.com, liveuptofreedom.substack.com. I will most likely be back tomorrow, but most definitely Wednesday, Barry Nussbaum will be joining me. As you know, I have Barry on my program regularly, but this Wednesday he's going to join me because we want to talk about the mess that has been made out of Iran war that most people don't want to talk about. It's funny. You tune in, there are those who are perfect war, terrible war. Perfect war, there's no, balance. So me and Barry are going to cover that. And then I am so excited for Thursday because it's going to be a first time. The man I have followed plenty. I have joined him on a shared airtime on Brown House Live, but Dr. Bill Federer, a historian, is going to join me this Thursday to discuss, well, I think the discussion is going to go farther than what I'm planning, but we're going to definitely discuss the understanding of Islamic conquer and how some of the measures that we're taking inside America and in the Middle East for the war could be better than it is right now. Yes, Lori, war is ugly anyways. Christine says, how do I join to pay on Substack? Christine, if you open any of my Substacks, because you are already a subscriber, just open one of the articles, and normally on the very top right-hand side, it says upgrade to paid. If not, just go to my actual Substack page feed. Because you're a subscriber, there will be a button that says upgrade to paid subscriber. And I appreciate you doing that. Thank you. You won't get a word in edgewise with Bill Federer. Good. Good. I want him to take the whole show. Like, he's fascinating, but when it comes to this topic, I love it. Okay. Oh, Kristen, you are completely fine. Don't worry about it. Ask away as many questions as you need. Oh, and by the way, guys, in about 15 minutes after we wrap up here, I will join live Mohammed Faridi on his YouTube and Rumble channel for a discussion about Iran, the book, and all of that. So Iranian Christians, look it up on Rumble and YouTube and join us in that discussion. But for now, I should close my discussion. You guys are amazing. I appreciate your help. Give me your prayers, and I will see you most likely tomorrow, if not most definitely Wednesday. Bye, guys.
You're watching Worldview 2, built on the 35 years of Worldview books, documentaries, research.
Tonight on the Worldview Weekend.